I'm going to show you how to create this text message effect in After Effects, but if you don't have time to create it yourself, the project file is available for free to download in the link in my description. If you're watching this on TikTok, it's available on my website right here. Once you're in After Effects, go up and grab your rounded rectangle tool and draw a rectangle on your clip. Select your color of choice, and then drop down into Contents, Rectangle, Rectangle Path, and change the roundness to 71. Then grab your pen tool and draw a triangle, and then make one of the sides straight, and then line that straight edge up with the side of your rectangle. Make sure your new shape layer you just made with your pen tool goes on the bottom. And now select both layers and scale it up so it takes up the entire frame. Turn on the safety margins to make sure it doesn't go over the frame length. So I'm going to shrink mine down just a bit, and I'm going to turn those back off. Then make sure you line up that triangle with the side of your rectangle after you scale it up. Then grab your text tool and type whatever you want into your text bubble. And then I'm going to change the color to not white so we can actually see it. And then scale it up and position it inside of our text bubble. Now hit Control N to create a new composition. Then drag in your footage that you want to put these text bubbles on top of. Position it in your timeline how you like. I'm going to give it plenty of room here on the left side of the frame. And now grab your composition and drag it into your timeline. Now select your composition and scale it down to size and position it where you'd like its final position to be. And then come up here and grab the anchor point tool and move that anchor point all the way down to the bottom of that triangle that we made. Now at the beginning of your timeline, make a keyframe for scale and make it 0. Then go forward to just before you want your text to appear and add another keyframe for 0. Then go a few frames forward and bring it up to whatever value it was before you made it 0. Ours was 43. It's a little slow, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on my timeline here and shrink this by grabbing the second keyframe and bringing it closer to the first one. Much better. All right, so now go up to your project panel and we're going to duplicate our text layer, and we're going to grab that triangle shape layer we made earlier, and we're going to bring it over to the other side of the screen, and then we're going to rotate it until it's completely upside down and position it just like we did on the right side, but on the left side, with having that straight edge on the straight side of the rectangle. All right, and then we're going to change the text because this is going to be our response text. So this is my response. And then once that's typed out, we're going to go back into our first comp and drag that onto our timeline. We're going to do the same thing we did with the first layer, and we're going to scale it down to size and then position it where I want our final position to be. Make sure you change your anchor point to the bottom of your triangle. Then highlight the two keyframes from the first text bubble, then select your second text bubble and paste them. Now we're going to duplicate the first one again, type out our response to that message, then go back to our final comp, drag that third one down, and we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to scale it down to size. We're going to move the anchor point to the bottom of the triangle, and we're going to copy and paste those keyframes when we want it to appear in our timeline. This one's a little big, so I'm going to go ahead and scale it back just a bit so it can fit on there. Then highlight all of your keyframes, right click, keyframe assist, and do easy ease in or shift F9. Then you have this text message effect that looks like this. But in order to make it really look like text messages, we're going to need to change the color. So select your first text bubble layer, select both shape layers, go up to your color panel, and make it whatever color you like. I'm going to make mine blue. Then go to your second text bubble and do the same thing. Select both text layers and make it whatever color you like. And then go to your final text bubble and make it the exact same color you made the first one. And that's how you create this text message effect in After Effects. Make sure to follow me for more video editing tutorials, and the project file is still available in the link in my description if you'd like to download it from there. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow for another video.